Hello Rovers. Today we will go over all of the basic terminology of the game such as combat, skills, mechanics, and some tips. Before we start, this sponsored video contains content from the test server and does not represent the final release build. Wuthering Waves just launched on May 22nd, so if you haven't downloaded it, you should download it now. With that said, let's get this video going. Starting off with the basic attack. This is performed by pressing left click. Each character has a unique string of basic attacks tailored to them specifically. Heavy attack. This can be performed by holding down the basic attack button. Plunge attack. This is jumping up and pressing left click to slam the ground. Dodge. When you press right click or shift, you can dodge certain attacks. You can dodge consecutively twice on the ground followed by a short cooldown, or you can dodge once in the air, but the iframes are less forgiving. Dodge counter. This is a special action that can only be performed after successfully dodging an enemy attack and following it up with a basic attack. Resonance skill. This is your active skill and you can trigger it by pressing E. Certain characters can follow up on their E skill with another attack, so make sure you try different kinds of combos with it. Then there are certain characters where it will require you to hold the button for a brief second to perform a different type of resonance skill. Forte Circuit or Gauge. On the bottom of the screen there is a Forte Gauge. You can fill this bar up by using basic and heavy attacks. When it's half full, you can perform a Forte skill. This skill can be activated through various combat actions depending on the character's kit and not just limited to heavy attacks. Inherent skills. These are passive buffs that benefit either your character or someone else on your active team. For example, one of Verena's inherent skill gives your party members a cheat death every 10 minutes. Resonance ultimate. By pressing R, you can activate the character's ultimate. Some characters' ultimate gives them a buff or a different stance like Encore, while other characters perform one special move, then some characters do a bit of both, like Gian for example. When his Forte Circuit has a charge, he will perform his second ult, which is throwing down a spear and entering his dragon stance. Concerto Gauge. This is used to trigger intro and outro skills. This is the circle icon located on the left side of your HP bar. Once this gauge is full, you can trigger the intro and outro of a character. On the right side of the screen, there is a tiny bar on the character portrait that will show you the progress of your character's Concerto Gauge out of combat. Back to the bottom left side of the screen, when this Concerto Gauge is full, it will give you a sound cue. Intro and outro skills. While you can freely swap characters in and out whenever you want, doing so while the Concerto Gauge is full benefits the players. Mainly because it will trigger the unique outro skill of the current character and the intro skill of the incoming one. Multiplayer intro and outro. You can only control one character in a full multiplayer party, so whenever the party member's Concerto Gauge is full, you press their player icon and you will trigger your own intro skill. Echoes. Some of the monsters in the game can be captured and you can harness their power as an active skill. You can also equip a total of 5 different echoes on a character for passive stat bonuses. And then if you equip all the same kind of elemental echoes, you can get a full set bonus. Energy Regen. This stat confuses a lot of players, but to simply put it, you want to equip more of this stat if you would like to build your ultimate gauge faster for certain characters. Combat training. Now that we've gone over the basics, let's go over the more advanced combat training. Parrying. Every weapon in the game can parry except guns. To perform a parry, you have to time and clash your attack with the incoming enemy attack. There is an indicator that helps you with the timing of this. Parrying is easier and more forgiving in this game compared to Souls-like games. You can also parry with any of the basic attack strings. Heavy attack, Plunge attack, resonance skill, resonance ultimate, echoes, and pretty much everything, probably even intro and outro skills. Characters like Tao-Chi and Chanson can also perform a special kind of parry. Chanson's parry stance can be held down for 3 to 4 seconds. During this stance, she can dodge one fatal damage and follow up with an attack. Very good when you're not so sure about dodge timing when it comes down to boss fights. Taoshi's parry stance is more of a sustained parry and does not have iframes, so be careful when using them. Stagger System. The bosses in this game have a stagger bar. The best way to deplete this bar is to perform a parry. The second best option is to hit the boss with an intro skill. The third option is to perform a dodge attack action. Lastly, any combat action will slowly deplete the stagger bar. Once the stagger bar reaches 0, the boss will become immobilized and you can deal massive amounts of damage. And that should be it for today's quick tips and combat terminology guide. If you found this video helpful, please make sure you share it with your friends, like, and subscribe. Make sure you join my Discord, follow me on Twitch and all that stuff. And this is your brother, Steparu, out.